Hey, this is Carlton Cullins, personal trainer and nutrition specialist here in Austin, Texas. I am also the owner of the Blue Sky Strong Box, and today is January 12, 2010. Welcome to the new year. Today what I want to talk about is cardio and burning calories and moving. Today is part 2 in a 4-part series that I'm doing this month on overall health. My first video is, and other videos that I've done are located on my blog page and YouTube page, so go watch those and check them out. Also, if you have not been cleared by a doctor, you need to make sure you've been cleared by a doctor, particularly if you haven't moved in a while, and before you attempt anything in my videos. That's real important because I want you to be healthy and then not hurt yourself. First and foremost, let's talk about cardio. First and foremost, before I even get into cardio, let's backtrack a little bit to what I talked about last week was nutrition and the amount of calories that you need to be eating for your own body and your own goals. If you do not have that in line, or you're not making means to work towards certain goals with that and trying to get your calories straight, no matter how much movement you do and exercise that you do, you're never going to see any results that you may be wanting to see, whether that be increasing weight or decreasing body fat. You're never going to see any of the results if you don't get your food right. So make sure to concentrate on that. That's always about 75 and maybe even 90% of your results. So get right with that first. Now let's get into cardio and movement. The word cardio refers to heart, first and foremost. The heart is the most important muscle in the body. It's one that needs to be worked more than any other muscle because it's your ticker. It's the one that keeps you living. The good thing about the heart is most movement that's relatively challenging, whether it be resistance training, cardio type training, is going to benefit the heart. But like I said, the specific cardio training can actually make a lot of progress in increasing the cardiorespiratory functions of the body and capabilities of the body. So we're going to talk about and kind of distinguish these. First and foremost, we need to move every day regardless. Most people have jobs, they sit down, they become less active after they're 18 years old or whatever, after they finish college. People start becoming more sedentary, most people, and we need to move every day regardless. The body needs to circulate. If you've ever known anybody, if you've ever been in the hospital for a length of, a few days or a few weeks or anything like that, a certain length of time, you know very well that the body diminishes very quickly. Actually, being in the hospital sometimes seems to me to be less beneficial in a lot of ways because your body actually just withers away. And so if we don't move every day, it doesn't have to necessarily even be exercise. If you don't move every day, you are going to die a little bit every day. And you should keep that in mind. It's really important. Another thing that I don't mean to scare people when I tell people this, but it's something that you realistically need to think about. When you see old people out there in the world, and I'm talking about very wrinkled people that are in their 90s and 100s, even late 80s, white hair, you usually don't see overweight old people. And unfortunately, it's because they don't live long enough to be old. So it's so important to get your body fat off of you. You've got to do that. That's why we do all these things. If you stay heavy, you are probably not going to live into your 70s or even 80s. You just don't see it very much. And I've trained a lot of nurses and doctors, and they say that most people that are largely obese are dead by 70. So keep that in mind. I'm not meaning to scare you, but you need to know the truth, and I'm trying to tell it like it is and help you out. Okay. Let's get into cardio. I keep talking about a lot of things. Cardio is basically, people do cardio to do one of two things, sometimes both. Most people do it to burn calories and decrease body fat, which is a great thing. Others do cardio primarily to increase their cardiorespiratory capabilities and function and increase their endurance. And then some people like me try to do it for both reasons. It's real important to figure out which one you want to do. There's different ways to do that. I also want to make sure that you do education. Go out there and educate yourself on the internet and buy books and just try to learn as much as you can about all these different subjects because there's a lot of information out there. Another thing I want to throw into, when you're doing any type of cardio, using the biggest muscle groups, primarily the legs and the glutes, lower body and stuff like that, or full body exercises are going to burn more calories than if you did upper body exercises. The legs have a lot more muscles in them, they burn a lot more calories, so always keep that in mind. But let's get into the different types of cardio. Basically it breaks down in what they call the FIT principle, F-I-T-T. It stands for frequency, intensity, the time, and the type. And that kind of categorizes what kind of cardio you should be doing and the guidelines for each one of them. The first one, let's talk about frequency. If people ask me how much should I be doing of cardio, I'm like every day. Like every day, you should be moving. Specific cardio, you need to stop thinking about cardio as something that's like specific. Cardio just means moving. If you're going to move, you might as well make it challenging. Because let me tell you, if you're at the gym or you're out there in the real world and you're just going for just a light little walk on the dogs, or you're sitting on the machine, you're watching some TV, reading a magazine, talking to your friend, talking on the phone, you're not working out hard enough. It's not going to do you any good. It's going to, I mean, it might benefit your heart a little bit, but you're not going to burn any calories, you're not going to burn any fat doing that. And you're going to waste a lot of time, and you're going to get frustrated, and you're going to quit. So what I recommend is trying to do about 15 to 20 minutes tops a day, and you need to get your intensity level up. So the next one in the FIT principle, FITT, we talk about frequency. I want you to do something every day. Intensity, the intensity needs to be high. Now, if you're a beginner, the first couple of weeks you need to try to walk every day for 15 or 20 minutes and just get your basic aerobic capacities built. And then once you get that built, and this is disregarding whether or not you have any injuries. If you have knee injuries and stuff, other things might apply, but if you're pretty healthy, but you haven't done any activity in a while, you need to start with a beginning walking program. If you're ready to kick it into some higher gears after a couple of weeks, you need to start increasing your intensity. Don't worry so much about your heart rate or having a number or any of these fancy things. Just use a kind of what they call the talk test in training terms. And basically, if you can talk and hold an easy conversation, you're not working out hard enough. If you're kind of out of breath, you're doing something, you're barely getting there, that's going to be more beneficial to you than if you would have sat there and just sat on your butt and just, we're going real easy doing something or going for a brisk walk. That light cardio intensity isn't doing you any good. You need to step it up. So increase your activity level. If you're going for a walk, you can increase that. Anything that you do, you can increase. So you want to do that. The reason that all those other things and going slow is the most popular and people think that's the right way to do it is because it's easy. America's lazy, we do the easiest things. So don't watch the norm and don't watch people at the gym, don't do that stuff. You'll learn a lot of bad habits that way. Listen to what me and a lot of professionals out there that really know what they're talking about. Do your education. Alright, the length of time, like I said, in the FIT principle, FIT, we're on the third one, is 15 to 20 minutes a day is all I'm trying to get you to do. Now, if you do resistance training on a certain day, that's going to basically, we'll count that as your cardio, your movement for that day. But I'm talking about at least 3 days a week you need to be doing something for you to get any kind of benefit. If you can't do it at least 3 days, scratch it, forget about it. But if you can at least do 3, I want you to work up to trying to do at least 3 and work up to doing 6 or maybe even 7 days a week, trying to do something 15, 20 minutes. 15, 20 minutes is nothing. Most people sit and play with their toes and play on the internet and BS around for an hour or two every day. You could take 15 or 20 minutes out for your health. Do that. The last in the FIT principle, FITT, the last on the T is type. The type of thing. You can really do anything as cardio. Anything that gets your heart rate up is going to be cardio. You could walk, you could jog, you could run, you could bike, you could swim, you could do elliptical trainers, stair mills, walk stairs, jump rope, you could do boxing, kickboxing classes, jumping jacks, dancing, aerobics classes. Just try to stand up and use your full body when you're doing these things. Don't sit down. If you sit down all day at work, do not sit down and do your cardio. It's going to be bad. You're going to probably end up slouching like I'm doing right now. Sit up straight. Move. Stand. You'll burn more calories. Do this. Try to do this every day. There's a great book that just came out. I'm going to get a plug for Coach Robert Dos Remedios. It's called Cardio Strength Training. It's a great book. It's a little bit more advanced, but it's a great book, and it shows you how to burn a lot of calories and build muscle at the same time. Go out there. Educate yourself. Try to learn as much as you can. You just got to move every day. That's basically what this all comes down to. Take care of yourself. This is really important. Next week I'm going to talk about some more things and talk about resistance training. This week, just make sure you're good on your food. Concentrate on these new cardio things. I want you to also go and do some research on what is called interval training. There's a lot of websites to do that. I'm going to try to post up some links where you'll find them and try to find some good information. There's a lot of bad information out there, so definitely be careful when you're looking and educating yourself. But I'm going to try to post up some stuff so I have some reference points for you. I hope this stuff helps. I hope you're doing some of the things that I'm saying because I do care about you and I'm trying the most. Sorry these videos are getting long, but I just can't say everything I want to say in 2 or 3 minutes right now. I'm going to get back to shorter videos later, but right now focus on this stuff. I love you all. I want you all to be healthy. I want everybody to be healthy and be happy and enjoy this life. Take care. I will see you next week. Bye.